We join here on Zoom once a month to share some stories and connect with people about why we chose the industry of network marketing and why we chose LifeVantage within such an industry. So thank you for joining us. We know that your time is super valuable. There will be three of us sharing today to just, like I said, kind of, we all know, all of us, before we joined the business, had our own beliefs and preconceived notions about the industry. And as we've moved along the process, realized that a lot of those opinions were long overdue for an upgrade, long before the industry even came along. And nowadays seems like really like we've hit on to something that could be so good and so healthy for so many families. The times that we are in are requiring people to get super creative about how they're earning money and to stretch beyond what they were taught and what they maybe trained themselves up to do professionally. Just a lot of people are out there looking for work, looking for something to do from home or from anywhere that you have your Wi-Fi devices. And so what we have to share is actually super timely because of all of that. And for a lot of us, I can speak for myself. My name is Jennifer Murray. I live out on a very small island, thousands of miles off the coast of the United States. And it can feel very limiting. It can feel very, constricting what you have available to you to earn money, to put food on the table, to pay the astronomical bills that we have these days. And you have to be pretty creative out here. I am a creative person. I've done a few entrepreneurial endeavors. I used to share a vegan restaurant out here with my sister and a couple other brave folks that dared the restaurant industry in an attempt to bring some health food to a tiny little island. And that became super overwhelming. I transitioned into a career writing cookbooks. I have 3 cookbooks that are still currently sold on Amazon. And that's what I was pretty much doing when my girlfriend Laura came along and decided to share something she had found, this industry of network marketing. And she wasn't smooth about it. She wasn't slick. She was my friend, right? And I did not expect that my friend was going to walk in the door with all the answers to my financial difficulties. I did not think that my friend was going to walk in the door with a product that had the ability to capture so many minds and so many hearts because of how ridiculously effective that it is. And I know that for a lot of people, you would think that to start a new business, that the product would be the most important thing to take a look at. But just like our restaurant, which was very loved, had an amazing product, had people lining up at the door every single day, it takes a lot more than a great product to make a successful business and to earn a living off of that business. And one thing that I definitely had taken with me from the restaurant days was quite a bit of pain in my body. I had a lot of pain happening, and so I decided to try my girlfriend's product because she was saying that maybe it would help me with that pain. And when it did, when that pain was suddenly gone and I wasn't having to, deal with it day in and day out, it sent light bulbs of, off in my mind as far as what an entrepreneurial, opportunity I had in my hand, like a natural, herbal, gentle supplement that takes people's pain away. And I don't know about you, but I know 1 or 2 people who have pain and they don't want to have pain and they don't want to take toxic chemicals in an attempt to get rid of that pain. So I tiptoed into this industry just knowing absolutely that I was going to wind up telling a lot of people about the product and having no idea the power of this industry and what would wind up taking place, which of course is helping other people get out of pain and them spreading the word. And for me, the thing that was the most shocking was the ability to walk away from this business to focus on being a private chef and a cookbook author, and to come back and step back into it and see that other people were out there telling people about this product and the business was growing without me. That was something that really knocked my head off. Like, I had a clothing company in San Francisco, I had a restaurant, I had a cookbook company. Nothing ever worked without me. Nothing ever grew without me. Quite the opposite, right? If you want to take a break, you're going to see your sales decline. And so to stumble into an industry that has even the potential to grow without you, and then know that you have a product that billions of people absolutely need to know about, and it has the potential to grow internationally, and all of that was just more than I can resist. I'm going to share my screen here if I can and just show, just to be clear and transparent about what is possible. This is something that really caught my eye. Our company, every company really in the network marketing industry, puts one of these income statements out every year. And it shows you, our company is pretty simple. We rank people from Pro 1 to Pro 10. And the second column here is a look at the average monthly income for people at these ranks. And I don't know about you, but for me 8 years ago, before I joined the company, to see some of these Pro 8, Pro 9, Pro 10 monthly incomes was enough to kind of pop my head right off. I was shocked. I didn't know what exactly to think, but I knew that I was going to try to be one of these people. I was going to give it a shot. I was going to give it a couple years to see, could I be one of these people that uses a gentle, natural product to grow an international business that has the potential of creating this level of income. I am currently an Elite Pro 7, but I must say, I come across the majority of the people that I come across would be perfectly happy at a Pro 3 level. Earning $500 or $600 more a month would really, be an amazing solution for most families. So I am going to actually pass the mic here to our next guest. Like I said, there's 3 of us on here today. Melody is a young, super motivated woman. This girl came along when she was 23 years old and just sort of rocked all of us. You never think that someone's going to tell someone. I didn't know Melody. She lived out in Michigan. Somebody told somebody that picked up this little wonder kid, and here she is, 28 years old, and speaking on stage, inspiring other people, also an Elite Pro 7, basically setting up her financial future from a super young age. By doing what we all do in this industry. We just work it on the side in our spare time whenever we can until it has the ability to become our full-time gig and take us away. So Melody, please share with the people a little bit about your story, and then we'll also have Julie Mai before we send you on your way today.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jennifer. I always love hearing your story and appreciate you taking the time to just share from your own experience and introduce me and give me the opportunity to share as well. So it's fun that we can do this business together. Network marketing is a beautiful industry where we have the ability to work for ourselves, but not by ourselves. And that's really a powerful concept. And something that was kind of unique to my experience is that I grew up around this industry. My father is a medical doctor, and he had a health product introduced to him that really was quite profound. And so I saw him for 10 years, literally just like change my family's life through promoting and educating a product and leveraging this business model and industry, which allows people to be compensated for sharing something that they love and are passionate about. But as a child, when I saw him doing network marketing, I thought to myself, I don't know if I could ever do that. I'm not a doctor. I don't know how I would have that kind of um, kind of influence, so to speak. And so it was really interesting because when my husband and I got married at 20 and 21, we were broke. Like we hardly could rub two pennies together when it came to making ends meet. And so I had a friend in college early on ask if I would host a spa night, and I told her straight away, like, I literally can't buy any products, but sure, I'll host for you. And so I ended up hosting an event for another company, and it just kind of put a bug in my ear, like, oh, like network marketing is something that you could think about again, and maybe it doesn't have to be the same as what your dad did as a doctor. And so I actually kind of dabbled in that company for a little while and had some success, was making, that $500, $600 a month mark. And then I really just didn't feel like I could have integrity representing the products, because I want what I'm sharing with people to have a greater benefit to them than it does to me financially. And so I stopped promoting that product, and I kind of sat back and just was like, I'm just going to follow my trajectory of finishing my dental hygiene program and getting my education so that I can work a stable job and have a good, predictable income. Well, a year prior to learning about LifeVantage, my husband went through a medical crisis. And 6 months prior to learning about LifeVantage, I was in my first job right out of school and realizing that I was in over my head. The amount of education that I had is very hands-on, and you learn a lot about dental hygiene, but it was in a public health kind of community service setting where the skill level that was needed required a lot more experience than I had as a new grad right out of school. And here I had this great job, 40 hours a week, 401k, health benefits. And my husband was in grad school at the time, so I was the only one paying the bills. And I really just felt in my heart of hearts like, this isn't the right fit for you, Melody. And yet I was so desperate for that security and predictability of, $2,000 coming in every month, that I was like sticking it out, even though it wasn't the right fit for me. And I distinctly remember going home one weekend, just really, really struggling with being there at that job. And the biggest reason why I was at that job was because the job market was saturated. There were no jobs available. And so I had put my resume out to like 30 or 40 dental offices. And here I was realizing, like, you can go to school and work so hard to get an education, and that does not guarantee that you have security with your job. And so I had put all of my resumes out, and I was starting to get some phone calls saying, like, will you sub one day here or one day there? And I'm like, how would we survive on a day of work here and there? But essentially, I was just torn because the stable job was tying up all my time. So it didn't really allow me any opportunities to find something better. And so I went home one weekend and I was really praying about it. And I was like, I really don't want to quit this job because I don't have anything else lined up, but please, make it clear what I'm supposed to do. And I came back to work that following Monday and got called into the director's office, and she fired me. She was like, we think you're a great person, but fresh out of school, you just don't have the experience that we need here in this environment. And I literally went home so happy. I was like, I have clarity. I know I'm not supposed to be there anymore. And that really just gave me the freedom to start like subbing and kind of get my foot in the door for other offices. And it was when I was working a day and a half a week that I first learned about LifeVantage. And I was like picking up other, side jobs here and there too, like cleaning houses and babysitting. But when I learned about LifeVantage, it was actually probably like a month prior that I told my husband, like, do you think I should start network marketing again? Like, do you think I should try to do something with that company I was dabbling with? And he's like, no, that wasn't the right fit for you. You didn't feel good about what you were promoting. No, don't do that. It's okay. It's okay if we don't have enough money. And so then we learned about LifeVantage, and it literally was such an answer to prayer to learn about the products, to really get to the root cause of oxidative stress and inflammation. And so we were thrilled to learn about it for my husband's health and for my own, because I was already experiencing pain as a dental hygienist with my neck and my head and my wrist. And so we were just like, this is a product that we are going to want to take for the rest of our lives. And if you haven't seen the ABC Primetime news report yet, definitely take the time to watch that, because it will blow you away. I've watched that, over 100 times, probably over 500 times. And it's powerful that we have something that is herbal and natural that turns on our body to work how it's designed to. So it's such a powerful concept. And basically, I kind of just took another weekend to pray about it. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Are we just supposed to use these products, or is this the business that I'm supposed to do? And it really was just so like timely and providential to be learning about at a time when we needed our health to improve. We really needed our financial situation to improve. And if taught us anything, it was the value of having a preventative mindset when it comes to our health, and also um, recognizing the value of multiple streams of income. And so I didn't put my dental hygiene career on the shelf at that time, but I did jump in with the biggest pack possible, because I wanted to be a business owner with our company. I wanted to partner with LifeVantage and have the ability to start sharing right away as we built our own story. And something that was super helpful for me to recognize was the power of the team, because, I started taking these products as soon as I got my box. But prior to getting my box, I started inviting people to Zooms, because I'm like, nothing should stop people from hearing this information, certainly not how long it takes me to have my own personal experience. At the time we had like 17 peer-reviewed studies when I first joined up with LifeVantage, and now we have over 27. I think it's like 28 or something. And so it's like, far be it from me to think that my own experience needs to validate PubMed, because in my education as a dental hygienist, the instructor said, when you are doing research or anything, to really get validation and credible information, you need to go to PubMed. So the fact that our herbal branded product had over 17 peer reviews at the time, and now close to 30, is profound. And so how have I done this business? I've basically just fit it into my life and have invited people to Zooms, have connected people with other people so that they can hear people's stories, even as my own story was developing. And, when people hear this information, they usually decide, do I want the products or do I want to join you? And there's no pressure. Like, people can just get in where they fit in. And what's beautiful is that sometimes the people who start out as customers later on become the most successful distributors. And then there's people like myself, where I was a little bit rusty to begin with, and I needed to earn while I was learning. And sometimes I look back and I'm like, that's really how you started this business? Like, you could do it so much better now, but like, how else was I supposed to learn? You learn by doing. And so I've really just failed my way forward, and now make 6 figures a year. And I'm only 29 years old. I just had a birthday, so, pretty close to 28, but I can't think of another way to like learn and earn at the same time. So like that first job that I got fired from, the reason why I got fired was because I needed to learn more. After 3 years of experience at my other job, I think I would have loved that job because I love serving. I love helping people in need. But what's so beautiful with this industry is you can earn and learn at the same time. So you don't have to be eloquent. You don't have to have it all figured out yet. But if you have a burning desire for change and helping others and sharing this message, you should definitely jump on board and just at least experience the products and then have a vision for the people who would be helped through you saying yes, who wouldn't be helped through anyone else, because that's really what it boils down to, is there's people who you can help through saying yes and inviting them to the information and sharing what we have, who nobody else can help. And so that's really the power of the team and the power of us working together and collaborating. So I'm gonna turn over the time to a dear friend, owner and mama and inspiring entrepreneur, Julie Mai. She is the mom of four, and she is a jewelry designer. She is just extremely artistic and talented, and she has had the recent privilege of buying her own home in Hawaii, which is a huge deal when only 3% of locals are able to buy their own property there, with the cost of living and the median house being $1 million or whatever crazy number it is. But Julie Mai is just a personal friend, someone who I didn't know before this business, just like Jennifer was saying about me. And I'm so grateful that she said yes, which led to Jennifer saying yes, which led to me saying yes, which has led to hundreds of lives being blessed. So take it away, Julie.
Aw, thanks, Mel. You are just the sweetest thing. I think as an entrepreneur and someone who's done okay in this industry, the one thing I always say is, I wish this would have found me in my 20s, because to have your story before you hit 30 is just so extraordinary. So thank you, Mel, for sharing your story with us. Hi, everyone. My name is Julie Mai. I got involved with this industry about just about 8 years ago. And it blows my mind to think that that much time has gone by, because how much life has gone by in these 8 years. And knowing 8 years ago, not understanding what this industry would really bring into my life, but having the biggest dream and the biggest vision of what it could do. And I think that's where I thrive is, yes, we have incredible products. We could talk to you about them all day long. But when I started and I saw the potential of what this industry and what this company could do for not only my life, but for all the lives that I told that actually saw the vision with me, that's what made me the most excited. And for those of you who are new, who have never heard any of the information before, who are like, what are these people really talking about? I just want you to know that there is a better way. I was an entrepreneur. I was a super busy mom of 2 girls. I had 3 different jobs. I had a really thriving, amazing, thriving design company that I worked 8 to 10 hours a day doing. My husband was a full-time mason. I was a waitress at night. Had a lot of different balls in the air. And yet that light at the end of the tunnel, and maybe some of you can relate, of what you want to achieve in your life and what you're doing to make that happen, aren't in alignment. And I just knew, and I kind of get, I get chicken skin thinking about it, because I knew that if I kept going down that road, if I kept doing the same thing over and over and over, working my tail off, not being the present mommy that I wanted to be to my kids, was I ever going to get to that dream? And guess what that dream was? It was buying a home in the state that I grew up in, of this. And here I am living in my home, and just a testament to what is possible in this industry. So we're going to go back a little bit, but what I learned, here's one of my 4. Say hi, everyone. Mwah. What I learned along the way about this industry is, it's not so much about selling. And I think so many people get afraid that they have to be this crazy salesperson to succeed at this business. But what I learned is it's more about connecting. It's about opening up the network of people that you already know, and finding the people in your life that want the same thing as you. And I think that we can all agree that we just want to spend more time with our family. We want to achieve those dreams and those goals that we think of when we're little kids, when little girls and little boys, of what we want to accomplish in our life. And then we get stuck in this rat race, this hamster wheel of doing the same thing over and over, maybe doing something that we love, but unfortunately never really having the opportunity to get what we truly want out of life. And you guys, that's what this industry can give you. If you really unlock the idea that you might have of what this is and jump, it's crazy. And I'm a testament, Melody's a testament, Jennifer's a testament. There are hundreds of other people, maybe even thousands of people within our team that have completely changed their life because we said yes to the unknown. What I've learned along the way that I didn't expect to happen is that when you make the decision to grow as a person, when you decide I'm going to try to become a better individual, I'm going to try to work on myself, how much your life can improve. When you help someone improve their life and give them a gift to help their life become better, how your life will improve. Guys, that I think is what is the most beautiful thing about what we do. I'm just gonna just share a little quick story. A lot of us on this call just got back from, and we're all over in Utah at one of our global events, and Miss Melody and Miss Jennifer just got to stand up on stage and speak to thousands of people just for a few minutes, saying how this has changed their life and how, can you go in your room, honey, please? And how they never in a million years thought that they would do something like this. And I think that is truly what you need to ask yourself is, okay, I don't really know that much about this, but here are these people that have these amazing stories. They kind of seem like they're all right people. We're not trying to sell people. We're not trying to persuade anyone. All we want to do is just share from our hearts of what this has done for our life and how that there truly is a better way of than clocking in and clocking out and doing something that you have to answer to someone else's dreams, right? That there's so many things that we decide to do in our life where we're building other people's dreams. Think about that for a minute. The job that you have, the school that you went to. You know, I'm looking at my good friend Sarah Redican, and her story is incredible. She went to school for all these years to be a teacher, a kindergarten teacher. I love my kindergarten teachers, and Lord knows we need them. But to give yourself, all of yourself, to be a teacher and yet not be able to achieve what you truly want in life, whether that just be more time with your family and friends, or to buy a home, or to send your kids to college, and you work so hard, and not to be able to do that for yourself is just heartbreaking. So that is why I fell in love with this business, you guys, because I understood that everything that you want is absolutely possible, because we're able to create leverage in our life when we do network marketing. And what leverage truly means is that you can create a business that will run with or without you. And we don't have time for my whole story, you guys, but I built really hard and I ran really fast for 3 years in this industry. And I did it fast because I wanted to have more babies and I wanted to be the present mommy that I wanted to be. But I worked hard for 3 years, and I was able to take 3 years off, have 2 more babies, and still have a check that came in every single month on the 15th. Not only a check, but a check that grew, took me to a whole different rank in the company, and then gave me the freedom to buy my dream home. I mean, if that doesn't blow your mind, then I don't know what will. And that's not to toot my own horn. That is just to tell you what is possible with this industry. Absolutely anything that you can dream of, you can achieve with this industry, because you have the ability to create true leverage. And what true leverage means is that everyone else gets to do the exact same thing. You unlock the potential of everyone that you share this with to create true leverage in their life, which gives you the freedom of choice, which gives you the freedom to make your dreams come true. And I know that I talk a lot about dreams and big vision, but that's where my passion lies, because yes, our products, like I said, change lives. And that's what got us all interested in this particular company, because it is the best of the best. But when you see someone's life change and someone, you know, call their leader, their enroller, and say that I don't have to go to school and teach anymore, the dream house, or I get to change people's lives on the daily, it's a beautiful thing. So we are so blessed to have this company. We're so blessed to have this industry. I am I'm an open book. My phone is available if anyone wants to call me and hear my whole story. I love sharing it. We don't have time in this 30-minute call, but thank you for being on. Please get back to the person that invited you. Tell them what you thought. Say, I'm interested. I don't know exactly what they were talking about, but I do want something different in my life. I don't want to struggle. I know that if I keep going down this road, in 5 years, I'm going to be in the same place, doing the same thing, wishing that I would have done something different. And you guys, the moment that turns your life around is the moment that you decide that you want something different in your life. And that's what we have to offer you. It's just a choice. It's in your hands. It's your decision. We're just here to share it. So thank you for being on and listening. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, Maddie, and everyone else who jumped on today. Mwah. We love you all so much. And with that, I'm going to wrap it up.